It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Malta and it's a bottle of their Huskie Chaos Stout. It's brewed by Huskie Craft Beer. It's in a 330ml bottle and it's 5.8% ABV. Lovely dark brown bottle, black bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. You can see a little bit of that kind of head developing in the neck of the bottle. Seagulls like the sound of this one. Is it bottle conditioned? Let's have a look. Bottle conditioned. Is there any sediment in the... Oh, yes, 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 yes. Look at that. Look at that sediment in the bottom of that glass. Yes. Bottle conditioned stout from Malta. And I want to thank Neil Long for it. Thank you very much, Neil Long. Neil Long, probably 2-3 times a year, goes to Malta on his holidays. He enjoys his time there. And he always brings me back some great beer. If there's anything new in Malta, Neil Long will definitely bring it back from Malta. Amazing thing to do. Really, really amazing thing to do. So thank you, Neil Long, for bringing me back the beer. But yeah, look at it. It looks great, doesn't it? Jet black beer in the glass. One finger tan coloured head, rocking it back and forth. See that carbonation chasing that head up the glass. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. Oh, roasty and toasty. You really get a sense of that roasted malt they've added to the beer. But you also get a sense of the other malt that's in the beer, and that would be normal kind of grain, normal golden malts. You get that kind of biscuitiness and breadiness as well in there, that kind of slight sweetness. It's hoppy. There's some kind of black currants in there. Some dark fruit, plum and fig maybe. An element of sweetness coming through with a bit of peppery and kind of spiciness too. Yes, 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 it smells great. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Cheers Neil Long. Yes. Yes, Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a beer. It balances that fine line between a refreshing stout, something that is rather refreshing to drink, and at the same time has all of that lovely stout quality, that kind of rich creaminess that comes through with the beer. It's really rather nice. Yes, it really is. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Malta, generally, in the summer months, is a very warm country. It's kind of just off the coast of Africa, quite close to Italy, the southern tip of Italy. It's a warm place to live. And if you were to just brew like a British style stout, a big, thick, creamy, rich stout, then I don't think... Well, you would definitely get people drinking it, but I think it would be a little bit of a struggle. And this is where that kind of refreshingness comes into the beer. It's refreshing for a reason. It's definitely refreshing for that purpose of the heat. It's a refreshing stout, but as I say, it holds on to some of that kind of rich, creamy quality to it. It straddles that fine line between refreshing and a lovely creamy richness to it. Vanilla, plum, fig, prune. Roasted malt, chocolate, coffee, caramel coming from the roasted malt. I've been to a hop. Should we start again? Third time lucky. I've been to a malt roasting session at a beer festival in Poland. I went to the Żywiec beer festival in Poland, and they turned on their malt roasting machine, and it was a great big conveyor belt, and it was two men with shovels in white uniform, and they were shoveling malt onto this conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt was going over or through hot coals, and it was roasting the malt as it was passing over the hot coals. A little bit like when you stay in a travel lodge or a Premier Inn, and in the Premier Inn you put your toast in the toaster, and the toaster's on that small conveyor belt that goes through the heat, and it makes the bread white to golden. That's it. And if you put it through 2 or 3 times, you're going to get black toast, aren't you? Essentially, that's the same process as roasted malt. That's what they do. I mean, that's what they were doing a couple of 100 years ago at Żywiec Brewery. They do it now on a much more industrial scale, so they have great big kilns and fire, and they're doing it at a much bigger stage because of the amount of stout that's brewed in the world. There's a lot of stout these days, so yeah, it's a big thing these days. But essentially, that's how this beer is produced. No, it's really good. It's really good. I really like this stout. I would definitely drink it in Malta. Let's rate it. It looks good, smells good, tastes good. True to craft beer philosophies, this beer is unpasteurised, unfiltered and bottle conditioned. In a society governed by deterministic laws, I think I said that right, we are still subject to fluctuations in the status quo. Here's to peace and happiness, and to not take life for granted. Darkness awaits. Love it. Chaos Stout. I like it. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.